You're watching the NorCal Sports TV Summer Basketball Camp from the foothills in Sonora. We have the G League, Cruz and Mad Ants. As the Mad Ants in orange. Actually, it looks like we switched jerseys without the knowledge here. So Mad Ants in blue, Cruz in orange. Mad Ants coached by Sam Garski. He has Kari Boykin, Christian Lopez, Ryan Reen, Sean Reen, Eli Geiken, Gideon Ortiz, and James Carrillo-Wright. Currently in possession here as Carrillo-Wright goes down the right side lane, finds Boykin in the wing. Wright will look for three. Goes weak side, rebounded by the Cruz, who's coached by Jesse Padilla. It's Mraz, Hymas, Harris, Rivas, Andrews, Juhas, and Koldani. Juhas inside the blue paint, steps through against Boykin. That gets deflected. It'll stay here with the Cruz. Catalyst on the inbound is Harris. Juhas goes to the corner, fighting against Boykin. Three on the way, looks good, rattles off the rim to Harris, but stepping out of bounds. It'll turn it over back to the Mad Ants. Here's Ortiz. He gets denied by Harris. Boykin doing his work to the block. Carrillo-Wright. Boykin, top of the arc. Long two, won't go. Rebound, put back. That gets denied from behind. Milo Rivas, the 5'11" player out of Lodi, getting the denial. Drive, kick across. Hymas, he gets denied by Carrillo-Wright. Block after block after block. Still no score through 2.5 minutes of play. Boykin. Not there. Juhas rebound. All it takes is one basket to get the scoring going. Juhas looks to do that here. Finds his way into the paint. Gets the friendly bounce. And the Cruz will be the first to score. He breaks the steal 2.5 minutes in to the first half. Carrillo-Wright turns and shoots. Misses everything. Adds some PSI to it. Juhas slows down. Hymas gets him open, and Juhas knocks it down. Count it for three. A quick 5-0 start for the Cruz. All it took was the one basket, and now they go back-to-back. Carrillo-Wright took too long to take the shot, so now here is Boykin. Carrillo-Wright, his shot will be waved off. Stutter step leads to a travel. Juhas looks up. He finds Rivas. Carrillo-Wright jumps early. Rivas gets his own miss. The putback doesn't have the bounce as Ortiz reels it down for the Mad Ants. Wright over Rivas. Enough pressure to make a man miss. Juhas trying to use the rules to his advantage. No full court press until the final 2 minutes of regulation. Juhas breaks off the block as it pogos out to Carrillo-Wright. Wright gets it out to Reen. His three, no good. In transition, here goes Hymas. Juhas goes inside. Boykin with great defense. Not enough pressure. Juhas gives the Cruz the 7-point lead. Boykin on the attack, spins into the paint, gets caught with the travel. Just over 10 minutes to go in the first half. The Mad Ants still yet to score. The Cruz up 7-0. A chance to make it 9 from Hymas. Juhas back underneath. Rivas throws it up. Boykin rebound, and that sends us to our first timeout. It's the Crews leading 7-0 against the Mad Ants. You're watching the NorCal Sports TV Summer Basketball Camp. 10 more minutes to go in the first half. It's the G League at the NorCal Sports TV Summer Basketball Camp. The high school division, freshmen, sophomore, juniors, seniors. Crews up 7-0 over the Mad Ants. Uhas goes coast to coast. 9-0. The Crews with early dominance. It took 2.5 minutes to get the first bucket, but since then, they are unstoppable. Lopez, his three off left side. Uhas dominating the boards and now assisting up to Harris. He's going to smoke the layup as Lopez takes a spill. Boykin using the handles. Uhas just staying in front like a statue. All the way down the lane, forcing Boykin to miss. And now Hymas will get a wide open layup. Oh, he smoked it. Whether it's cigarettes or layups, smoking is bad. (9-0) with 8.5 left in the first. Hymas will guard the inbound play. Boykin from the corner. Uhas against Boykin every play. Boykin gives it out to Reen. Lopez gets the screen. He looks for three. Not going to get it. Yes, he will. Gets the friendly bounce. The shooter's touch for the Mad Ants. First score of the day. 9-3. Uhas wants to answer right back. Rivas fights to keep it in the offensive play. Cuts across. Harris. Right-hand hook. He's got it. The Crews the first to break the double-digit barrier, 11-3. Boykin off the block. Goes left hand. And fouled by Uhas. Boykin will get 2 from the free throw line. Boykin off on the first. Boykin goes 1 of 2. 7-point game in the first. Uhas and company. Harris. Baseline, gives it in. Orion Uhas using the height down the middle to tower over the rest. Lopez looking for his second three. He's got it. He's got 6 of the team's 7. 13-7 game. The Mad Ants resting on the shoulders of Christian Lopez. Rivas, he wants to answer back to what Lopez has done twice so far. His rattles out, and Hymas gets fouled inside the paint. First of 2 rattles off. Score remains 13-7. And 0 of 2 as the ball gets batted out the baseline. They call it the charity stripe, but on these hoops, it's everything but free. Lopez, Reen, Boykin. Three of the team's 4. Offensive foul. Second timeout break of the first half. It's a score of 13-7. We'll have the final 5 minutes of the first half after this break from Straight Sports. Straight Sports custom uniforms. Go to straightsports.com for more. That's str8sports.com. The creator, designer of the NorCal Sports TV Summer Basketball Camp jerseys. We have extra for sale that you can buy on Friday when you pick up your camper. Just go in and ask Jeremy in the snack bar if you can get yourself a jersey. Less than 5 minutes to go in the first half. The Crews lead 13-7 over the Mad Ants. Christian Lopez, the Mad Ants' leading scorer with 6 of the team's 7. On the other side, for Crews, it's Uhas who has done most of the work. With a great share of the ball to continue it moving. Uhas is just the one that gets the highest percentage shot. Ortiz will bring it down. Boykin will attack. He goes against Uhas and not enough power to push it far enough in. Harris tries to give it up to Hymas, but Hymas stopped halfway down. Carrillo right goes against Rivas. High post needs to give it out. Here's Ortiz. Boykin. He's isolated. He goes up, he gets it in, but a travel comes first. Score remains 13-7. No baskets made in over 2 minutes. Rivas awaits on the left side wing. They try to find Uhas instead. Pass is too far in front, led him too much. One of the lowest scoring G League games we've had so far this week. Carrillo right tries to scoop up and under. Boykin fighting for the offensive board. It's the Crews who get there first. Uhas sets his feet. Denied by Ortiz. Swats it out of bounds. Crews will get it back, but maybe some momentum will go in favor of the Mad Ants. Uhas inside. The flick won't go. Carrillo right has some numbers in favor. Rivas adds the pressure, but Carrillo right puts on the tourniquet. (13-9). The lead is down to 4. That was the first basket made in 4 minutes. Crews starting to slow down. Uhas still pulling the trigger. That magazine is full of blanks. Rivas will bring it down for the Crews. Ortiz by his side. Uhas steps in. A foul on the ground. 90 seconds left to play in the first. Still have a 17-minute second half to go after our halftime break. Final 2 minutes, real game scenario. The clock will stop whenever necessary, along with full court press, double pressure. Rivas with a fantastic move, just couldn't finish it off. Harris, his 15-footer no good. Boykin. The up and under, he gets fouled, he'll get 2. Boykin's first rattles off the front iron. Boykin goes 1 of 2, gets the Mad Ants in double digits, and with that, it's a one-possession game, 25 seconds before halftime. The Crews started with a 7-0 run, and now the Mad Ants have closed the gap to 3.
15, 14, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5.
4 seconds to get it in and get a shot off. Reen the steal. Can he get it off in time? He will, but the shot won't go. So it's a 3-point lead to the Crews as we have 17 minutes left to play. You're watching G League basketball at the NorCal Sports TV Summer Basketball Camp. Second half underway at the NorCal Sports TV Summer Basketball Camp. Lowest scoring G League half we've seen this week. And Juhas goes right out of the break looking to score. And he does. Thought I heard a whistle there. And there was, but it counts for 3 to the Crews after the make and the foul. 16-10 now the score, leading the Mad Ants, who were slow to get started offensively, and that continues into the second half. Lopez off on his 3. He's 2 for 3 now from deep. Juhas sidesteps. Crews have done a fantastic job on the offensive boards, continuing their possessions, extending them, but not always converting. On the drive is Carrillo right. Juhas slaps down. Hymas up and under, got it. Ortiz up and down, count the basket and an extra. After that last basket from Hymas, Ortiz says, oh yeah, watch this. Replicates on the other end. Crews will keep it under the basket to score on after it's last touched by the Mad Ants. Harris will be the catalyst on the baseline, defended by Reen. He finds Rivas. Juhas calls for it down low, guarded by Carrillo Wright as Boykin heads to the bench, hits the charger for the first 5 minutes of the second half. Up and down, Juhas, the powerhouse. Juhas once again strikes as the Crews hit 20. Ortiz pulls up. Rivas, the blow by Ortiz. Over Rain. Crews starting to pull away. It's a 9-point lead. Blocking foul, the Mad Ants will keep it. They'll inbound on the baseline. Lopez to scan. Looks for Reen. Has Ortiz up and over the head of Hymas. Lopez, we've seen him knock down a couple from deep. He's looking to do it again. Way too much. Ortiz, push off, step back. Got the 10-footer. Mad Ants scoring more than how they started the game, but Crews also adding to their total. 22-15, a 7-point lead. Juhas remains on the court for the Crews. He'll have to take a break in the second half. Right hand flick under the arm of Ortiz. Lopez has Carrillo Wright, Ortiz, and Reen as options on the inbound. Carrillo Wright denied by Juhas. Ball gets saved into the hands of Hymas. Juhas takes the risk to follow it out of bounds, and it works out for the Crews. Looking for the first double-digit lead. Rivas puts in the work. Reen, catch and shoot. Timeout called with a score of 26-15. It'll be Crews basketball when we return after this message from NorCal Sports TV. 12 minutes to go in this G League game between the Crews and the Mad Ants. It's been Crews all game long, and it continues in that same manner. 28-15 after the score from Juhas. Boykin returns back for the Mad Ants. We'll see how him being on the court changes the outcome of the game. 13-point deficit. Boykin, Ortiz, and company will have to be putting up some shots with 12 minutes. It's plenty of game time, but the offense and defense need to be working in tandem to get themselves back in this game. Ortiz steps up into a three. He's got it. The knockdown triple. Exactly what we just talked about. The Mad Ants need to get their scoring up. goes from 13 to 10 in a matter of seconds. Uhas trying to get inside Boykin, not giving him any separation. Uhas forced to give it up. Hymish drives in. Great use of the backboard. And Cruz reached the 30 mark. Ortiz, he hit a three the last time. Boykin tries setting it up again. He does. Laces the net. Ortiz has the lead down to 9. The Crews have been continuing to score, but the Mad Ants are hitting from deep, giving them that advantage. That's why the three-point line is so effective. Hymas, he'll get fouled. He gets 2 free throws.
I had like 26 on the other side. It's fine.
Hymas able to hit it. Ortiz, he's hit back-to-back threes. Uhas will now be his primary defender as he switches back onto Boykin. Ball is loose. Rivas gets there to fly it up to Hymas. And the Crews trying to slow down their offense. Rivas, Harris, Hymas, Uhas, corner three. Up and over. Rebound goes to Ortiz. Boykin trying to use the speed to beat him out. Uhas called for the foul. Boykin will get free throws. And with the running clock, the foul isn't the worst option for Cruz as the Mad Ants can only earn 2 points. Meanwhile, the clock still continues to run. Boykin's first, short. Uhas asking for how much time is left in the game as their lead is cut to 9. 31-22. Uhas will face it off again against Boykin. Uhas sidesteps, wings three. Uhas trying to single-handedly win this game for the Crews. Plenty of players around him capable of scoring and continuing to pass the ball, but Uhas says, I'll take a three, and we need to keep that 10-point lead. Uhas, another three. Too strong. Rebound to the Mad Ants. Boykin gets in front of Rivas, left hand. Shot is good for Boykin. It's a 10-point game. And we'll have a timeout called, 34-24 here in the second half. 7 minutes to go. Stay tuned. Final 7 minutes underway at the NorCal Sports TV Summer Basketball Camp. Cruz 34, Mad Ants 24. Head coach Sam Garski with the Mad Ants just took his first loss in the G League earlier today against head coach Charles Roth Hustle team. It was a close battle, but the Hustle able to out-battle them, and now the Mad Ants possibly looking at 2 straight losses. Playoffs start tomorrow night, so seeding does matter. 6.5 minutes, 10-point game. The Mad Ants aren't out of it yet, but this possibly needs to be knocked down by Carrillo Wright. Every shot matters. Boykin does the work inside. Baseline drive taken away by Boykin. It's an 8-point game. Uhas goes up. Can't get there in time. Here goes Lopez. 34-28. Just possessions away from tying it back up. Rivas goes against Lopez. Nothing there for him. Hymas trapped on the side. Gets it to the cutting Uhas. Boykin on the attack. Got the friendly bounce. Back in the same decade, 36-30. Uhas and the Cruz starting to slow down the game. Less than 5 minutes to go. 2 possessions at the minimum. Stoppage of play for Uhas to tie his shoe yet again. We're going to stop the clock just in case this is a move to keep the clock running in the first place. 4 minutes, 35 seconds. Cruz up by 6. As the ball re-enters play, the clock starts to go again. Pass down to Hymas. He scoops it up and in. Got all 31 flavors there. Lopez, no time to waste. The separation is made. No points awarded. 38-30 still. Uhas fading away. Breaks off the block. Lopez with speed. Boykin favoring the left side. Coming for the help. Uhas! Here comes the SWAT team. Lopez goes flying halfway into the other court. Eight-point deficit for the Mad Ants. Time starting to run out. Lopez sets his feet, unleashes a three, 38-33. Offense keeps moving, but can they stop the high-flying offense of Cruz? 3 minutes to go. Uhas. Passes keep moving. Rivas is 3. Rebounded by Reen. A chance to make it a one-possession game. Lopez in some trouble. Luckily finds Boykin as he launches into the air to save it. Boykin, reverse, yes. 3-point game with 2.5 to go. Final 2 minutes going to be huge. The full court press may come into effect. Juhas misses on it all. As Lopez brings it across, it'll be Mad Ants basketball. When we return, they're down by 3 with 2 to go. Final 2 minutes, 38-35. The Mad Ants have trailed the entire game from the very beginning. It was Cruz 7-0, and now as Boykin attacks, he's looking to close that gap even further. Lopez, 3 to tie it. Won't go. Rivas rebound, and again, full court press is allowed in the final 2 minutes of play. It's a real game scenario, so everything goes as planned. Any foul that isn't shooting will be a 1-and-1. Shooting fouls will be 2. Inbound goes to Lopez on the alternating possession. It was a jump ball down low as Rivas couldn't get it out. Reen, Lopez, Boykin, and Ortiz are the 4 for the Mad Ants. Looking to close out the game and take a victory. Boykin, the bank is open. A trip to Wells Fargo to close the gap to 1. Harris brings it across the midway point with 1:15. Reen is his defender. Harris wraps around. Shot won't go. Rivas, the handoff to Juhas. His 3. Breaks off the back. Boykin trying to track it down. Juhas breaks the pressure and lays it in with the toilet bowl roll. Back to a 3-point game. Boykin bounces off the body. Out to Lopez, looking to tie. No, he drives instead. The floater goes up and fouled. Clock stops at 39 seconds with 2 free throws. Lopez able to add 1 to the total of 38. Mad Ants, Lopez, short. Clock restarts, 38 seconds and counting. Lopez gets it. They're down by 2. Ortiz looks for 3 to take the lead. Comes off short. Ball goes to the sideline. Juhas with control. 20 seconds and counting. Kick across. Rivas. 10 seconds. Ortiz tries to go for the poke. Harris will foul with 7 seconds. Harris will get a 1-and-1. Seven seconds, so 1-and-1. Harris up by 2. He can put the game in the fridge if he nails both. Harris misses. Rebound Boykin. Clock restarts with 5 seconds. The kick across. Reen lost it off the hands and 2 seconds remain. The Mad Ants facing defeat. Inbound to Juhas. No time left on the clock. The Crews will be the one to hold on. Mad Ants, multiple opportunities but not enough gas in the tank to make the comeback. This G League game ends with the Crews taking another victory, and the Mad Ants fall for the second time today. More NorCal Sports TV summer basketball camp action coming up next right here on NorCal Sports TV.